not believe. I forgot to tell you guys this story when it was still hot off the press.
How long ago was this?
Last year,
Okay.
Rugby World Cup, France. It was
Yes.
last year, no? Or no, year before.
It's 2023 already.
Yes.
Oh, wow, when we were on the cruise, no?
Yes.
Okay, so a friend of mine goes with a bunch of mates, right?
Right.
To the Rugby World Cup in France, and they had booked that they're going to watch the quarterfinal and semi-final. And you must remember, when you book these things and you buy these tickets, you're really buying out of blind faith. You're buying out of the belief that your team is going to do well.
Yes.
That your team. So you kind of look at the journey, like, you know, the group stages and all of that. You're like, okay, the SA will be there, SA will be there. So they caught the quarterfinal, which was England or France.
Oof, no, I can't remember.
It's between one of the two.
Okay, hold on. Give me
I think
carry on
France
with your
was the
story.
semi-final.
These were the 1-point games, eh?
Yes,
Yeah.
the two 1-point games. England was the quarterfinal, and then France was the semi-final.
Where was it going? Okay, no, keep going. Keep telling your story. I'll get there.
So either way, my friend and a group of his mates,
Right.
they caught the quarterfinal and then the semi-final. But you need to understand now, and it was just 1-point game, so the excitement is building. Quarterfinal, you there, South Africa wins. Semi-final, you there, South Africa wins. Then, in their excitement, they buy tickets to the final, which were going for a head and 2 arms.
I was going to say, this is a trip of a lifetime, and you're spending your whole savings on this.
My friend calls home to say to his wife, listen, I'm not coming home anymore. We've just secured, but now he's just so proud of himself. We've just secured tickets to the final. I'm not coming home anymore. And she's like, oh, yes, you are. Because you must remember, these games are like a week apart from each other.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
He was literally in Europe for...
Because he's already been there for like a week and a half, right?
I'm banking on like 16 days he's
Yeah.
been in Europe. And that's what he'd said. That's it, babe.
was the trip.
We're going to the quarterfinal, we're going to the semi-final, and we're coming home.
Yeah.
Now, out of excitement, because it's history. It's what she's like, yeah, you can make history by catching that flight home. I expect you home the day you said you're going to come home and not a day later. Guys, he didn't go to the final.
Well, I mean,
Did not go to the final because the wife said, come home.
well, home is forever. Final is just one night, eh? But that's so hectic. Cindy would have stayed.
You know what? I would have said it's fine. Stay. I can understand it because if it's something that he's truly passionate about, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's not like you're going to go watch, I don't know, a local League Cup final or what.
Okay.
It's the Rugby World Cup.
Can I ask you a question
final.
though? Do you not think that your stance on this is because of your DNA? You are like a sporting construct.
No, I think my stance on this is as a result of, I believe that in order for your partner to, your partner's their own separate human and they must enjoy life. And I can't have my husband now resenting me for all eternity because I stopped him from watching the Rugby World Cup final.
If your husband is going to resent you because he couldn't watch a rugby final, then you guys should have been in therapy much earlier. And I'll break it down. Yes, your partner must have their own separate life. You've had a separate life. That's why you were there for the other games that we had agreed. You don't then buy the ticket, tying yourself to an extension without discussing it. I'd be saying, okay, she was unfair if before confirming the extension with your friends and buying the tickets for the final, you'd called home and said, listen, great time. We didn't think this was going to happen, but now that we've made it through to the final, we really would like to stay. Because T's and C's apply, guys. Because what if she has other commitments
And
over
also,
the period of the final?
For the past 16 days, she's been here back in Johannesburg looking after 4 kids by herself.
Well,
hey?
that's what I was going to ask.
She's
Is it
already
like-
extended herself. She's already been the super wife by allowing you to go off to Europe for 2.5 weeks, but with you and your mates. And now you call him to tell her that you're going to stay another week.
Consultation.
Another week?
So maybe I am speaking from a place of I know that my husband would ask me first
Okay.
and I would still allow him to, but he would have the courtesy to ask before booking. But then I think he would also say, maybe you can join me.
Did he not? Yeah, I was going to say, did the guy not offer, like, you can go on a trip you want to go on? You know?
But it's the Rugby World Cup final here, guys. It's
happens
amazing.
every 4
Springboks
years.
against Ireland. No, it doesn't happen once every 4 years because you're not guaranteed your team is going to make it every 4 years. That's amazing.
011-8838-947. Who was wrong in this situation? Is it the wife who said no, the husband may not go to the Rugby World Final? He may not extend his trip in Paris for another week to watch the final? Or is it the husband who just went ahead and bought rugby final tickets without consulting his wife, extended his trip, booked the accommodation, and then told her, oh, by the way, see you in another week?
And please put yourself in one of their shoes. If you're the wife, if you're the guy, the husband, the rugby obsessed dude, what would you have done here?
011-8838-947. We're taking your voice note 084-0000-947. Who is in the wrong?
Anele has a friend, goes off to the Rugby World Cup 2 years ago, watches the quarters, books tickets for the quarters and the semis. Those were the two matches. All of us held our breath. 1 point, gets swept up in the World Cup fever, books a ticket, buys a ticket at, I can just imagine the expense. For the final, wife says, no, we didn't agree to that. Come home.
The deal was.
Come home.
And then it's like, but I already got the ticket. She's like, oh, luckily these are the most sought after tickets in the world right now. Put it on Facebook Market. Trust me, you'll have a buyer within the hour.
Yeah. Me and my wife would be having a whole different conversation if she gave me that ultimatum. I'm sorry. It's a final. It's difficult to get tickets. Yo, I want to know, is your friend married?
Oh, no. She did him dirty. This was the World Cup final, like one of the biggest games in 4 years. Like, seriously? No. Flip, I would have gone home and divorced her.
Sugar, no one is wrong here. If you marry a needy, clingy wifey, then you know her. And if you marry someone who's spontaneous, now they must stop their spontaneous life because they are married. Cindy's right. Everyone is an individual.
They are still married.
No, and can I just
Because he came home.
on that last point, I don't think she's needy. I'm sorry.
I don't think she's needy or clingy. I just think she sticks to, bruh, this is what we discussed. This is what it's going to be. Like, I'm here. Come watch the final here at home.
Every party has a end. Every
Thank
great night. It's a
you.
great
Thank
night.
you.
Now we're all going
Go home.
Yeah.
I mean, I even have a controversial thing that people who are married shouldn't even be home after midnight. That's how far I go.
Oh, wow.
Did you just give all married couples a curfew?
Yes. What are you doing? Nothing good happens after midnight. Go home.
Nothing is open after midnight.
Well,
Except. Kagiso, good morning.
Good morning, Anela and the team.
How are you, Kagiso?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you guys?
We are great. So you are on the side of the husband here. You say the wife was wrong.
Yes, I'm on the side of the husband because what are the chances that the final of the rugby would happen at a time when you are in that city? So I think the wife should have given him grace.
No, Kagiso, none of this was coincidental. When he booked there on Flight Center and got on Emirates, he knew exactly where he was going. And then he lived there in Paris. No, none of this is coincidental. He knew exactly it was all planned. What was not planned was the extra week, the extra 7 days that you're gonna stay there to watch the final. That was not planned. The trip was planned.
He wasn't there. He wasn't supposed to. It's
Oh,
not like he
okay.
was supposed to be there and then, I happened to get a ticket. He was supposed to be home for that weekend.
Yeah, but I mean, these things happen. It popped up. It's not like he knew South Africa was going to make the final, guys. He could have come straight home after the semi-final, and then he gets to stay. It's not like he's staying at a nightclub for an extra 2 hours. It's not like he's staying at Wimbledon, which happens every year. And it's not like he's staying for a week afterwards to watch the ticket parade. He's staying to watch the Rugby World Cup.
do you know
I'm
what's
stunned
great?
by all of you.
Watching it in a bar in Centurion.
No, that's
Just
terrible.
as much vibe.
That's terrible when you could have been in Paris. No.
Prisha,
Absolutely not.
Hi, Anela in the club.
how are you, Prisha?
I am 100% with Cindy. This is like once in a lifetime. And he's there, and she should have shared in his happiness, I don't think she's needy. She's just spiteful.
But now, Prisha,
So-
there's many once-in-a-lifetime things that were happening for this guy. That quarterfinal was a once-in-a-lifetime.
Yeah.
That semi-final. How many once-in-a-lifetimes do you want a lifetime?
Yeah, but this is the final, and South Africa's in it.
Well, I was going to say.
And they wouldn't be in it next time, we don't know.
Well, I
you
mean,
know, if I was him, I would just say, "Where's the divorce papers? Where must I sign?"
it's, you know, we
Now
keep on,
look who's being petty.
we keep on saying once in a lifetime. It's not a once in a lifetime. This has happened 3 times in my lifetime.
Which we weren't expecting because
we
you
know
were there
how
when the
South
box.
Africa is so good.
What if we never win again? And then
Trisha.
you were there when we won it for a
Then
third
it's
time.
fine. Then it's fine, guys. That's the thing about sports, hey? That's the thing. You and I support Man United. It's fine that we might never win again. It's okay. Look, you're here at work. Your hair's flowy.
Oh,
There's
guys,
blood in your veins.
no,
It's
no,
fine.
it's a Rugby
This
World
thing
Cup
of treating
final.
sport like you're going to die.
Also,
if you're not there.
The
in a
Rugby
fair
World
world,
Cup
Prisha,
final.
what he should have said before leaving is, if they win or if they make it to the final, maybe we'll extend.
Okay, so
Fair warning.
You have got commitments back here at home. We have stuff to do. Come home. I don't care if you're going to sit with Donald Trump whilst he's marveling at the marble there in Qatar. Come home. You said you're coming home.
Okay, so let's say Beyonce does a world tour, right? It's 2 weeks. You follow her for 2 weeks. And then she's like, I really like that girl in the crowd. She follows me everywhere. I'd love to sit down and have tea with her next week, one-on-one by ourselves, off the record, la la la, once in a lifetime opportunity, but she has to stay an extra 5 days. Are you staying?
Babe, that's actually happened to me before. That's literally happened. Literally, that's happened before. Remember, I've missed many Beyonce things that would have had me in a situation where I'm right with her, but I had to come home.
Okay.
I had things to do.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know what the thing is?
And back then, I had no one to answer to her. It was just me being single, Anele. But I had a radio show to come back to. I had things to come home to.
And this is a knock on for, can I just say, it has a knock on for the wife. Because
Yeah.
it's not like he's just jolling there. He's using his leave, which means that the family won't have leave for holiday.
Money.
Money.
No,
Because what
guys,
if
I'm not
she's got
bending on this.
things?
I am not. It was I am not. You can stand on your heads. I am not.
Okay, so we still... Everybody who's calling in has said the wife is wrong, by the way.
Yeah.
Not one person has backed the wife.
The city has never been more wrong.
Friends of mine, husband goes off to the Rugby World Cup. This is 2 years ago. Always booked to watch the quarterfinals and the semifinals. Naturally, South Africa cruises through not cruises. 1 point quarterfinal, 1 point semifinal. The husband then decides he's going to extend his trip, right? He hasn't consulted his wife. Extends the trip. They get themselves finale tickets. They book the accommodation. Calls his wife, says, "Babe, you'll never believe." She says, "Yes, I will. I also have a TV. I saw that we've made the final. What do you have to say?" And he's like, "We're staying an extra week. We have to see Akhulisi and the boys. They need us." She's like, "No, you're not. I'll tell you which boys need you. The 4 that you've left back home with their mother for the past 2 weeks. Holiday's over, my darling. Holiday's over."
Like you've had your fun and come back now.
Look, I hear what Temegil is saying about communicating first, but guys, come on. Like, I feel like a Rugby World Cup final and the UEFA Champions League final, those are the 2 exceptions for a week extension.
No, I'm with the guy on this one. What did she want him to come home for? To do what?
His extension has financial implications, which affects both the wife and the husband.
I would have divorced that lady.
The reason why you are not getting people to call in on the wife's side is because the wives are doing school drop-offs and the useless husbands are out watching rugby and goodness knows what. So I'm on the wife's side because if she was at home for 2 weeks or however long, it is tough with kids on your own.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, and this lady's very right, because you must also remember, I always say you'll get everything you want from someone if you do the 2 T's, time and tone, right?
Right.
I think if she had understood that he wants to extend at the beginning of the trip, she would have said yes. But now she's 2 weeks frustrated, hey. Her looking after the kids, everything is falling on her. And she's like, "It's okay, it's just for 2 weeks, it's just for 2 weeks, just for 2 weeks." Then when you call, you are,
Hi.
baby, baby,
Party.
and she's just like, "Hi, John,
Yeah.
how are you?" And there's homework, there's school run, there's soccer, there's rugby, there's cricket. One is a rower. She has to drive him all the way to Rudaport Dam to row. Guys, just don't look at it as just like the theory in it. Be practically in that moment with this wife.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. That's why I said put yourself in the husband's shoes and the wife's shoes. Imagine now, as a wife with kids, all of a sudden we're extending by another week. It's 3 weeks, almost a month. that this oak is overseas.
Sandra, what do you think?
No, I'm on the wife's side. Sorry.
Finally,
I
somebody.
think I honestly think this man needs to show a little bit of consideration. And my point of view is clearly I hear what everyone's saying, but money's not a problem. And as you and Frankie says, put yourself in their shoes. And if I was in that lady's shoes, I'd be very annoyed with him that I'm not included. I'm also a rugby fan. And if you can make a plan to actually stay longer, and you could have gotten a ticket to the final, you could have gotten me a ticket to the final too. And then we'll find someone to look after the kids, and I can actually also go and live the vibe in the Stade de France in the final, you know?
I agreed, Sandra, because actually I had many friends at this final. Because remember my other friends, Andile and Vuvu. Andile flew Viola in. He was like, babe, he was like, going to the final, come, we're going. And then she had to change her plans, but she made it to the final.
She did.
And that's why she was just, there wasn't even a chance to be like, hi, babe, we're not going to the final. Because he was just like, hey, Wena, this is once in a lifetime, come, we're both going. There's just many layers as to why I understand why the wife said no. Lerato, we're coming to you.
All things being equal, I agree. I disagree with the wife. However, I don't know if we've considered that maybe him going in the first place was a little bit contentious. What happens if he was given a pass, right? What happens if there were perhaps some trust issues? There was something that happened in the past. Say that again?
Mitigating issues before.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And him going, and actually him getting the ticket, he was pushing his luck. And he was fully aware that, you know what, I'm actually pushing my luck here. And he was with his boys, and there was energy in the air, and he was like, cool, let's do it. Then he calls his wife sheepishly, thinking that he's going to get away with it. And she was just like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think they generally are a very relaxed couple, you know, and yeah, they're very relaxed. I don't think he was in the dark box, and she's not one for grudges. They've literally been married now, going on 18 years, 16 or 18 years.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. Let me add on. Once a month, he's allowed to go on a weekend.
So she doesn't mind that.
Yeah, so this is how she's not an insecure girl at all. And mind you, in this friendship, he's my friend and not her, right?
Yeah.
And she's very relaxed, and she's just like, no, off you go. And you know, he goes off to he'll drive to Limpopo to their village once a month, a weekend, and hang out with his cousins and she literally it does, bruh. I don't like to call people cool wives because that just like you insinuating that
others aren't.
Others aren't. There we go. But she's really a relaxed wife. But she was just like, no, come home.
You know what? I think a deal is a deal, hey? Because that's what I've learned. A deal is a deal. If we've made a deal and I say, babe, I'm going for 2 weeks, we're going to watch the quarters and the semis, regardless of who's doing what. In my expectation is, okay, cool, then you're coming back.
And also, you already watched 2 of the most epic rugby games. What more do you want, bruh? What? You know, there's a saying, it used to be on Scootie's Nice, Ustumo, Joma fell, and then, Umnigi Sandla, Atati Ngalo yonke, which means you give somebody a hand, then they want the entire arm, right? I just think, like, how much more gold do you want to dig from this woman? Like, you know, how much more water do you... Yeah, you've had your fun. You're an adult with a wife and 4 kids and a job. Go home.
Anele and the club on 947.